Hey y'all, I just want to do a reading with these cards, the Soul's Journey cards, right? To really see what's our mission for the month, right? What's our soul's lesson for the month of May, right? As a collective, what's really going on and how can we benefit and use this energy and benefit from it? I really like these cards. I don't know how many I'm gonna pull. Really, I don't. Probably just like one or two. I just got these cards. Mercury goes retrograde this month. A lot of things resurfacing. People, places, people, emotions, things. Sometimes it's best just to leave the past in the past because it's in the past for a reason. Sometimes people want to present themselves as if they changed and they really haven't. We have denial. And then this is an orange color. Wow. Okay. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Stop denying how you feel. Stop denying your discernment. Stop denying what's coming up for you as your truth. And then we have here at the bottom of the deck, imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. And then we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So this is a lot of sacral chakra energy. And, in order for us to really unlock ourselves when it comes to our creativity, whether this is in our own business, in our work life, or just as a way to unlock our confidence, we have to stop telling ourselves that we are not good enough, that we are not worthy. We have to stop sleeping on our ideals and feeling like those thoughts that come to our mind are are just like, I don't want to say stupid. It sounds like a mean word, but some of you just feels like you feel like your thoughts are like not good enough. Your imagination's not good enough, and that's not true. Especially when it comes to you deciding that you want to take a leap of faith and do something for yourself. You want to explore your creative route. You want to explore yourself in the I'm gonna say mystic arts because Doctor Strange has come out. You want to explore yourself in the mystic arts. You want to explore yourself through travel, like you want to travel more, just things you want to do and feeling as if you can't, or that you're unworthy, or that you lack, right? Especially when it comes to our sacral chakra. That is where our creative energy comes from, especially our creative flow, and our confidence, because our creativity can be linked to our confidence. So in order for us to build that up, we have to talk to ourselves differently. We have to start telling ourselves that, one, we are worthy, we are smart, we are capable, we are lovable human beings, people. You know, um, And we have to start to move with intention, or actually, let me take that back. We're always moving with intention, whether we know it or not. It's your awareness of the intention that you're moving with, right? Mindfulness. So when it comes to this denial card, the acknowledging your fear, right? And once you acknowledge your fear, that is such a big start with being able to move with the intention to remove fear. Remove fear from who you are, how you present yourself, fear of what others may think of you, you know, fear of what how others will perceive you, especially when it comes to your imagination and you know your thoughts, your thought process, your creative art process, or just your creative process in itself, the creative process of you, embrace that and nourish that part of yourself, like it says here, imagination, right? I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. You can explore every opportunity that comes to you. Actually, because we are co creators of our world, you can create whatever opportunity you want as long as you're moving with intention behind it, and purpose, especially with this guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Some of you have a lot of guilt about are feeling guilty, about leaving people behind, letting people go. You cannot hold on to everyone, and everyone cannot hold on to you, especially as you grow and change and evolve. If you are evolving and the people around you are not evolving, you do not need to feel guilty because they also are able and capable of changing and evolving. These things start with choice. Okay. Once we realize that every day we make choices and those choices create our day, create our world, create the world around us, and start to be aware of the choices that we make, we'll be more intentional about the types of choices that we make. We'll be more intentional about our conversations. We'll be more intentional about what we do, more intentional about what it is that we choose to create, right? And in death, I am learning that endings are new beginnings and abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in the physical reality. Yes. Oh my God. And then we have love here and in relationships. Okay. Whew. When we are in relationships, right, and we are giving our all to these relationships and they're not in, when we're in one-sided relationships, we tend to create this facade, we tend to create this ideal of ourselves that we're not enough and that we're not doing enough, when truly that's not it. Our partner is just not receiving and reciprocating. So once we are able to be aware of what it is we're able to give and what's not being given to us, like just like when you become aware of the type of love that you feel will be healthy for you, that you'll be receptive to, you'll start to be more intentional about the people you date. Just like I've been reading a lot on attachment styles, right? And they say that knowing your attachment style and knowing being able to recognize others' attachment style really helps in the dating process, because then you start to choose people based on, is this person going to be safe for me? Um, are they going to be able to reciprocate what I give, or are they going to be able to make me feel safe and secure with whatever style of attachment I do have, right? That's relationships. A lot of us have been in these relationships with people who are very they have been very avoidant because they have a lot been through a lot, a lot of trauma and things like that. And we're really unaware of it because sometimes even they're unaware of their trauma. So then again, when it comes to us creating this ideal of ourselves, like we're not enough when really that's not it. Sometimes the person we are with is not able to, again, they're not able to receive and reciprocate. But that would be up to us to be able to recognize when our partner is not able to receive and reciprocate. Meaning, if you're doing things like, we'll do good morning text, right? If you know you like to receive a good morning text, you should communicate that with your partner. Hey, I really like receiving good morning text. It lets me know that you're thinking about me, like I'm thinking about you. Or if you're sending one and you want one back, again, let them know how it makes you feel. And either they can respect that and, be like, okay, yeah, that's something I could do. Or they can simply, if they don't do it, and you voice how you feel, that's where you have to decide, is this person going to be safe for me? Is this really the best route? Because now we're already in a push and pull. Now we're already like worried about, especially those of us who are always constantly worried about what our partner's thinking, what our partner's feeling. It gives us that anxiety of, oh my God, they don't really like me, or they're not really that into me, things like that. And these things can really start to play on our confidence because who we are before them, this highly confident individual, dwindles down because they're not giving us that validation, that reassurance that sometimes we didn't even know we needed until we got in that type of relationship and we weren't getting it, you know? So, or for some of us, a lot of this denial, this guilt, and our imagination being blocked comes from a traumatic childhood where we are not allowed to express ourselves. Some of us, especially if you've ever grown up like in an ethnic household, talking back was just not allowed. So you don't get to express yourself. You don't get to say how you feel. You don't even get to say certain words, right? And that leaves us as adults being able to, one, either we're going to not express ourselves and we won't be validated, or we're going to always feel, there's always going to be that feeling of invalidation because we didn't learn how to communicate, or no, we weren't able to communicate it when we were younger. And as we got to adults, we started feeling guilty about how we're feeling, which leads to again a lack of someone being able to validate us. But before I get into someone being able to validate us, right, we have to build that type of confidence within ourselves to validate ourselves. And that's the whole thing of being unapologetically yourself, especially when you become aware of your traumas and your triggers, and your attachment style, your relationship style, and you're able to really pinpoint and be mindful of the things that make you feel certain ways. Then you can start to combat that and change the perspective on that. And if start affirming yourself, or start affirming ourselves. A lot of times we don't affirm ourselves, and that really helps. Those morning affirmations really helps because it helps us with moving with intention, and and moving with purpose. Like even this simple thing of denial, this denial card in our sacral chakra, when we exude this energy, this is an energy of confidence. There's no denial, no fear, no guilt. There's only awareness of who we are, how we are, and there's only acceptance. So denial and guilt block us from being from accepting ourselves, being able to be unapologetically ourselves. Don't deny yourself of being able to fully accept yourself where you are. Some of us are just starting on this journey on our soul's journey of being healed and being free and not being. These are emotions that block us. These are emotions that have strong holds on us. This type of energy creates depression, you know? And it blocks our imagination because we're constantly telling ourselves that we're not good enough. And we're not talking about it because we're afraid of how we're going to be received or perceived. You know, in order for us to break out of that, one comes the awareness of what our mind is telling us versus what our reality is. So what I like to do is, if I think, and and I really do this, if I think a negative thought about myself, I have to say 5 positive things about myself, or 5 positive things I've experienced through the day. Sometimes 5 little small wins. And it could be the smallest thing, like I woke up today. I made my bed today. Start with the smallest things. It doesn't have to be something so grandiose. Because in order for us to really break out of this energy, some of us, this is, we have a blocked sacral chakra, and a lot of it can be from the way we grew up. If you grew up in a very rigid religious household, you may feel like you have a lot of blockages there, because of how people were telling you need to live to be accepted by God. But if one thing, though, it is consistent even in religion, is your own personal relationship with God, building that. You build your own personal relationship with God, the spirit that dwells within you, because, dwells within you, vessels through you, right? So if that spirit's vesseling through you, what is your truth? How are you living out that truth of yourself? Don't be bottled down by this because you feel like you want to do something that's different, something that's not by the book, something that they call forbidden. No. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Don't allow other people's emotions or perceptions, or really their laws and ethics that they've created, to live by. You don't have to live by that. Once you come into your own awareness, your own insight, and you create that direct relationship with whatever it is that you serve, God, universe, wherever it is your source comes from, you create the laws and ethics that work for you. Now, of course, we all want to try to be in that spirit of love. At least I know I do. But it's not always easy, and it's not always hard. Well, no, sorry. It's not always easy, and it can be harder than it seems. Because again, especially if we have these type of thoughts, this emotion, this energy over us, start to talk about it. There's a community out there that accepts you, likes you for who you are, and they will not judge you. You have to start calling that in, start calling that in. Some of us, we really want to do things, like especially if we really want to do things in the mystic arts. It's okay. It's okay. Be mindful. Be mindful though. But it's okay. That's your business. That's your truth. Live it. Some of you want to go off and be artists, but you've been told you need to get a job, like some people call it a real job. Like, art is not a real job. It's a real job for you. So go off and do that job. Create your art. Create your poetry. That is what has been put in your soul to bring about healing in the world, for you, for starters, and other people who come across it. Okay? Cook if that's what you want to do. Please cook. And I hope it's good. Okay? Don't feel bad. Don't feel guilty. Do what makes you happy. I'm all like, cook if that's what you want to do. But really do what's going to make you happy, because at the end of the day, it's your life. It's your life, and no one else can live your life but you. if you stay in the spirit of gratitude too, just being thankful for, you know, your life, where it is that you're at in your life. Some of us have so much weighing us down when it comes to this denial and guilt. And let me tell you about denial and guilt, and how what really covers those types of shame, being feeling shameful, having a secret shame. A lot of us, a lot of things have happened to us when we were young, and we have this shame about it because we're not talking to no one about it. We don't know what people are going to say. We don't know what people are going to do. Take your power back, okay? Take your power back by speaking up and speaking your truth. Okay? Talk about it. Ooh, that's my box. Talk about it. Somebody's listening. Or don't feel ashamed because you want to study the mystic arts. Study the mystic arts. Okay? You will find your tribe. Dang. I'm all like, dang. But no, for real, you will find your tribe. People that accept you, people that love you, people that respect you for the knowledge that you have, you know, the gifts that you possess. Don't be ashamed about it. You can't help that you were chosen with the gifts that you have. Natural gifts at that. You were born that way. Okay? Accept it. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. Some of you are going to have to accept that there is a path and a life for you, a lifestyle for you outside of traditionalism. Don't be afraid to explore that path any longer. You know, it's okay. It's okay. All right. So that's all I have for our soul's growth for the month of May. All right. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section.